What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Geeks podcast, where we talk about movies and TV. Thanks for watching us. We're on episode 5. If you don't know by now, I'm Samantha.
And I'm your boy Sean.
Yay! And
Here we.
go ahead.
I was about to
Take
say,
it
here we
over.
are again. Here we are again. Another episode 5. So excited to do this. Like recording day, always look forward to it.
Yeah.
But just want to give a shout out to everybody who's been following us. The support, man, it's been awesome. The comments, just everything, man.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't feel like we're doing work because we are having so much fun with this. Also got to shout out our super producer JB. Like he gonna get a shout out every episode. You can follow him at Taurus Media Now on Instagram. I believe his hyperlink is on our Instagram page, so definitely check him out, check his work out. That's our super producer right there.
Yup. So we have it's a pretty packed show today. Not really, but what you think?
I mean, well, we got The Wire. Like I mean, I guess we're just gonna start it off with that. Who thought that we would finish the series? I mean, what did we say? Episode 1, we said
We were gonna
we
do
said we
it.
was gonna
Yeah.
start it. Episode 2, we said we were gonna give y'all 6 episodes. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
review like 6 episodes. And then by the time we got to episode 3, we binged all of season 1.
Yeah.
And then
And
by the
some of
time we
season
did
2.
and some of season
Yeah.
2, then last episode, I think we both might have been in season 5.
Yeah. Yeah. All in
And
all, we were saying we were going to do a season of episode. A season a
yeah,
month. We were going to
a
watch a
season a
season a
month.
month. And nope.
And it was gonna be wrapped up by what? I mean, by that metric, we would have been done by July, and we did that in 30 days. So I mean, I
Yeah.
would say I'm pretty impressed.
I am too. So that's some
Hey,
dedication. Whew.
yes, it is. Well, before we get started getting into all, the reviews and everything that we're going to get into this show, there are spoilers, 100% spoilers. So if you don't want nothing to get spoiled, go watch what we talking about and then come back and listen to us. So there you go.
Hey, maybe we
Wires.
should start letting them know what we're watching ahead of time, because we don't talk about what we about to talk about until we're talking about it.
You know what? So let's change that right now on the fly. So, I would say we usually start off with kind of like open discussions.
We don't got
Today,
no. They don't got to know the whole thing. We're going to be
oh,
talking about The Wire,
yeah,
A Working Man, and Minecraft.
Minecraft, let's go.
That's it. So if y'all wanted to see those movies, go check them out, then come back and hear our thoughts. That's it. They didn't
Too
need to know the
easy.
details.
Man, you made that so easy. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. All right, well, now that we got the disclaimers and everything out, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Wires, seasons 3, 4, and 5. What you got for me?
Nah, listen. I told you I got a lot now.
Yeah, no, let's
It's
get it.
actually I only got all right. I don't remember nothing about The Wire season 3. All I can tell you, and it's not a lot for this one. Stringer
Mhm.
got killed, and I was happy.
Yep.
That's it. Like, I'll touch on my thoughts behind it, which was I loved how Omar and brother, what you say his name was last week, brother
Brother Muzon.
Muzon, they worked together to get him. I loved how
Mm-hmm.
Avon Barksdale set him up, but in
Yeah.
return, Stringer set up Avon Barksdale. That
Yeah.
was fire to me. And then I also just want to touch upon Brianna Barksdale and how she was learning about how D'Angelo, her son, committed suicide potentially. Because I don't think they ever got to the bottom of knowing if did they ever get to the bottom of
No,
knowing?
I don't think they did. I think like McNulty, he was kind of like investigating it because you
Yeah.
remember he did that whole test scenario like in the jail, like okay,
Right.
how did he get the belt behind his neck? But I don't think we ever got closure, but
No.
I feel like deep down, like his mother knew like her son didn't kill himself.
Yeah. That's it's I Brianna Barksdale, who's played by Michael Hyatt. I didn't know she was the OG mama drug dealer, because then you see her again in Power as Sissy Saint, who we've referenced before, and now,
Snowfall.
yes, on Snowfall, and now she's Gloria Underwood, the chief medical officer in the pit, and I still don't like her. So
Still don't like.
that's my thoughts on season 3. I can bounce ideas off of whatever you got, but as far as I know,
Um,
that's all I remember.
I mean, so it started off with the towers. Like they got rid of the towers,
Shit, I
so
forgot.
that I mean, so that's what pretty much got everything kind of going. I mean, Barks Avon is in jail like at the
Hmm.
beginning of the episode, and then you got this new cat Marlowe that comes out, and it's like a territory like war kind of going on. The other part of it, you got a police major whose district is, where all the drugs are being sold. He comes up with a plan to have everybody sell drugs in the designated area, which I think is brilliant.
It was.
I
It
mean,
was. It was.
he's I don't really know. It was just a brilliant idea and it worked. Now, you know,
Ethical? Maybe not.
ethical? Absolutely not. But I mean, at the end of the day, like he knows as a police major, like the drugs are gonna get sold.
Hmm.
Like you arrest, two drug. My neighbor used to call them druggies back in the day. You arrest two druggies, four of them gonna pop right up. So it's like, I mean, I think he did the best thing that he could do.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, that was pretty much season 3. I mean,
Yeah.
it got better. It was definitely a good rebound in season 2. I know we said last episode, season 2 was kind of like the bridge. It was definitely needed, but I mean, season 3 like really really picked up for me. So yeah,
About
that's
halfway through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it but when your boy got shot, I know you was like, "Ooh,
I was like,
yes."
yes. So, season 4, which I think was probably both of our favorite season,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
it's centered around the kids. The
yeah.
kids being Michael, Naaman, Duquan or Dookie, and
Dookie, yeah.
Randy. And here we find out that Prez is a teacher.
Prez is a teacher. Oh, we
Prez is
didn't
a teacher.
say in season 3, like Prez shot another. Well, he shot a cop right this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he shot
Undercover.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he shot it undercover. So he basically they like, all right, we done with you. So yeah,
Right.
all right. Fast forward season 4. Now he's a teacher.
Yeah. He's a teacher. He's an excellent teacher. He definitely rebounded himself too
Yeah, he
because
did.
I loved how he was with the kids. You got Naaman, Weebay's son.
Weebay son. Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. I'm so glad that Colvin came and rescued him from that situation because his mom
Yeah.
was, what do these kids say these days? Diabolical.
Man,
His
what
mom was crazy.
his
She wanted him to be a street dude so bad.
Well, the thing is, she didn't want to work. That's
That,
what it
yeah.
was. Like she was so used to Weebay
Mm-hmm.
taking care of everything, and now it's like her son. Man, she straight remind me of that one meme that went out with the one lady who pawned her son's PlayStation 5. Did you see that?
I I don't know. I don't know.
Well, so seeing that made me think about that reel that was
Mhm.
going. If I could find it, I'll send it to you. That's
Okay.
offline, but no, but like his mother was just unbelievable. So yeah,
Yeah.
for Coven to rescue him for that situation and to go up to Weebay like man, like
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna
That was
take your boy and get him right. And man, you know that just that was such a powerful moment because you just like, and he even said it like,
yeah.
my kids are gone, they grown, and now you taking on a drug dealer's kid and
Yeah.
just turning them around. So, I mean, his story, you love how his story ended.
I did. We got Randy.
Dookie,
Oh,
you want to go to Randy? Randy
he
was the candy hustler. I
the
liked him.
candy hustler reminded me of Jane Addams days where people used to be selling the candy in Miss Bobby
Yeah,
class. Yeah, he was labeled as a snitch just for trying to protect himself and his
yeah,
family. Ended up having his foster mom pass away because they wanted to, you know, throw his what they blew his house up,
yeah. They
set his
blew his
house on
house up,
fire. That was
and
that
she
was
was in
sad.
there, but he wasn't in there, right?
They were
Or
both in there, but I think it
he
hit to her first because she
got it.
might have been
Yeah,
downstairs or whatever.
man, that was another. Like I swear,
Yeah.
anytime somebody got shot in the wire, I don't know what it was. I was just like, I don't, I don't know what that was, but
Yeah.
yeah, Randy, you kind of hate how his story ended.
Yeah.
It man, he everything was so promising. Like I feel like out of all of them, I think Dookie's story that
I cried. I
yeah,
cried.
because Dookie was the kid that always got bullied.
Mhm.
He was a product of what crack house. So he
Crack.
lived in a crack house. Like
Mhm.
his parents or whoever his guardian was on crack, and for everything to come like round circle, even with all the help that he got,
Mhm.
with Prez helping him, Prez giving him clothes, washing his clothes,
Yeah.
giving him money, kind of taking him under his wing, showing him how to use a computer, do all of that, and only for him to end the series like
Are we going to
on the
season? We mixing 4 and 5 together?
oh well, no, I'm sorry, yeah,
We
but
can because I feel like
we
they kind of go hand in hand for
well, season
real.
4 kind of merged because I mean at the end of season 4 it's like all right, the band is together and you already
Yeah.
know it's about to go down. Um, but and then who was the last one? Mike.
Michael. Michael's mom is also a crackhead and leaving him to
Yeah.
take care of his brother Bug.
Hmm.
Um and shit, she steals too. Um
Yeah.
he you can tell he want to do the right thing based on
Yeah.
a lot of the decisions he made and how he was defending his brother and how he went to Snoop and Partlow to, you know,
Yeah.
have him off Bug's dad. Um did you pick up on why he wanted Bug's dad to be killed?
Um.
It wasn't said, but it was kind of it was like an unspoken reason why. And that's why Partlow took it seriously because I think it happened to him too.
Oh yeah.
They were molested.
Yeah.
They were
Molester.
molested.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
was molested by Bug's dad, and I think Partlow might have been molested by somebody else, but
Yeah.
he beat that
But he
man to
snapped
a
though.
pulp.
Like
Yeah,
smashed my
yeah,
man face in. Like I mean,
yeah. And
whew,
now, as a
that,
result, Michael feels like he owes them something for helping him with that issue. So, and then you got Snoop and Partlow. Based on the way people talked about Snoop in this show, I didn't know she was gonna be a freaking serial killer. I thought she
yeah.
was just gonna be like another drug person on the street on the corner. I wasn't expecting her to be what she
Nah.
was. I
Nah.
really enjoyed her character though.
Nah. For real. For real. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for me, like some key points here is like the running theme with the moms. Like you have like Randy's foster mom, she was the best one. She cared for him. She looked out for him.
Hmm.
Hey, come back here before them street lights come on. Don't
Hmm.
get in no trouble. Then you got Naaman's mom who was for the streets. Like she
Yeah.
just wanted a street dude and she wanted her son to be a street dude. And then you got Michael's mom who was a crackhead and then Duquan's mom who didn't even just care about him at all. And it was just like
Yeah.
different tiers of moms here. And I noticed that being a mom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sucks to be from that area and not have consistency. But
Yeah.
you get why they're acting the way they're acting at the same time too.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Randy was cool. You can tell he wanted to do what was right too, but he wanted to kind of fit in also.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. More of a follower. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. You hit the nail on the head with that one.
Let's see what else we got. I hated that cop that was bullying them kids.
Walker. I think his name was Walker.
I think
If
his
I'm not
name was
mistaken.
Walker. Yeah. Officer.
Oh
I,
my
I wrote it
god.
down. Officer Walker. Yeah,
There
he
you
was a
go.
bum.
I didn't like him
Broke.
either.
He broke the key. I think he was just a. Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was annoying. I ain't like that dude.
That little dude that was still in the cars, donut.
Hey,
That was.
that was a little homie, man.
Mhm.
Like he remind me of one of those dudes like growing up with like he was always into something, but then he had turned his life around, and you just be like, yo, I remember when you used to do that. Like that's just what I kind of get from him.
Can I ask you a question real
Yeah, what's up?
quick before we
What
move
you got?
on? Do you? I don't know if it was season 2. It might have been season 3. I know I'm going back. I'm sorry. Where did this Dennis guy come from?
Oh, him, the boxing dude.
Yeah.
So he was in jail with Avon and them with Avon, and all I don't know if he did something for Avon, but he was just like, all right, well, when you get out, like, call this number, my people's got you. And I mean, that's just
I do not remember that
I don't
part.
I don't know, like I don't know if he was a place filler for a character. I mean, we definitely wasn't lacking characters.
Yeah,
We just gained
no.
we definitely gained another one with him, but all in all, I liked what he did.
Yeah.
Him, well, the street life wasn't working for him clearly. They
Yeah.
because they
For
robbed him
sure.
when he got that little stash, but he found his niche,
Yeah.
in teaching kids how to box. And I mean, he ran with it, even though he was smashing them dudes' moms. Like, you can't mix work and pleasure, but I mean, but after that, I mean, he turned out to be a pretty solid dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember you texting about that. Like, where did this dude come
Yeah.
from?
I must have fell asleep on something pertaining to him because I
I
don't
don't doubt it.
remember.
I
We
don't
fell
doubt it.
asleep a lot, especially on seasons 1 and 2.
I'm telling you, I had my clicker in the hand. Like,
My
damn,
clicker.
let me see, let
Oh
me see where we
man.
at. Oh, okay, I got 10 minutes left. Whew, I got to watch something else to kind of get the heart back going. And what? So they wrap it up with season 5. Our boy Carcetti, aka Lord Baelish or Littlefinger from
Game of
Lord
Thrones.
Lord not
Game
Lord of
of
the Rings, Game of
Thrones.
Thrones. I swear, I feel like his character was the same, except he was in the
Abs-
suit. That was he was the
that part,
same.
my guy. Yes.
He was the same. I mean, he
Yep.
started off as councilman, then he became mayor, and then he had his hand in trying to get
Yeah.
governor. So, I mean, I look when I first seen him and I recognized who it was. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
He about to be on that bull, so, and he was.
Yep. But look, it's kind of like Michael Hyatt. She was Brianna Barksdale, and then she was Sissy Saint. Like, you're
Yeah.
playing a drug dealer's mom in both
Hmm.
things. Like, that's the running theme. And they
Yeah.
both started out in The Wire.
And they both were like higher up.
Mm.
Like, I mean, well, for her, her boys, I mean, well,
D'Angelo was
nah.
kind of like
Yeah, he was
underneath.
mid.
And
Yeah,
so
never
was
mind.
Franklin, but he made his way up to the top.
Franklin, whew,
Yeah.
that boy. I think when he got his first kill, that was it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's over with now. What I'm trying to think, what really turned it around? What kind of like really sealed the deal? Like, I mean,
Season 5.
in
McNulty
season.
going off the freaking deep end.
Oh,
What the hell was wrong with that man?
I mean, but you know what? If you flip over enough tables, you're gonna start getting noticed. So for him to use the press to, to get more manpower, so that
Mhm.
because they were like this close and they wanted to cut the wiretap,
Yeah.
to stop Marlowe from doing his thing. And I mean, hey, look, I think to kind of sum up the series, it just kind of shows like how corrupt policing is, how
Those were
corrupt
my
the
thoughts too.
government is. whether it be, politics, just period. Um, Everybody has their own agenda. So it just, it's just
Yep.
a
But they all
revolving,
kind of they need each other. They
but
all
they
need each
need each
other.
other.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I felt like McNulty, when McNulty was doing surveillance and the wiretap, that's when he was better. And then when he went
Hmm.
back to homicide, he started going back to the drinking and the
Hmm.
sleeping with the girls. It's like season 5 McNulty went back to season 1 McNulty.
Yeah, he did.
And
I
that was
mean,
so sad.
he had his girl from season 2. They got together. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
but
know,
then
right?
then
Yep.
he
But everything
started.
you just said, hold on, because I got a lot here. I'm I'm not done, but I put season 1 was the introduction to the streets, the wire, the police, and the politics. Season 2
Mm,
was how they were transporting the drugs into Baltimore, and then more politics and
mm,
police. Season 3 was behind the scenes of the politics in the police department and how their jobs affect one another. And then I put season 4 was the future of the streets after the big dogs went to jail. And then for season 5, I put how everything was conveyed to the public as far as the paper and the fall of the publication, because that was at a time when newspapers and magazines,
mm-hmm,
they were starting to dwindle and the internet started taking over.
mm-hmm.
And sometimes
Yep,
watching this, I forgot that, because I'm like,
yep,
I'm thinking I'm watching it in 2025. It came out in 2025, but nah, this wasn't that.
yeah,
So we can go back now to no, we were on season 5. That's right.
yeah. I mean, we're on
Yeah,
season
my
5.
bad. Omar.
Oh
Omar.
man, damn. You know
Omar.
what? When you think about deaths that hurt, Bodie,
Oh, I have that
they
too.
killed. I hate that they killed Bodie. Bodie,
Yeah.
man. I mean, he been one of those road dogs for like the entire
Hmm.
show.
Yeah, he was loyal too. And that
v-
just sucks. And he wasn't about to tell everything. He was just about to help.
yeah. Omar, man. I mean, we posted a reel, everybody running from Omar, and they was still running from Omar on one leg. Like that's just
Why?
the power that he commanded, and it took a little boy to just take him
But to
smooth out.
hold on. Did you notice how when he was in Mexico with his boyfriend, it was kind
Hmm.
of like a oxymoron, maybe. Maybe I'm using that wrong word, the word wrong. All of the little Spanish kids were screaming his name and running toward him. And I thought that was like sweet irony.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And then to, like you said, to him to come back and people still running from him even when he got one leg.
One leg.
Very complex character with a lot of
Yeah.
parts. Who killed him?
A little kid. Look, man. But it had to be somebody that wasn't scared of him. And that's what it was. This little boy was just not scared. I mean,
Yeah.
when it happened here, I was like,
I did that too. I had to rewind it back to see if I missed something because I
right.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no. That was a death, like, man, like, damn.
Ned Stark, totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. The
Yeah,
red wedding scene, all of them. We didn't think they were all about to die.
you
Look
know
like
what?
you
The
still
red wedding,
sad.
you kind of had like that little inkling. I was like, you know what? And then I remembered, I'm like, shit, it's episode 9. Damn.
Yeah.
So, but, and who was another one? But you know what? They kind of ended on a positive. Bubs, his
My other
story.
favorite character.
I mean, he was there all 5 seasons.
Yes, he was.
For him to fully, clean himself up. And I think what really did it was when he lost his little homie,
Mm-hmm.
that overdose on the fentanyl that he,
Was
or the
trying to
drugs that
use
he
to
laced,
kill. Yeah.
And I think that was like an eye opener. You kind of, I ain't gonna say I cried, but like my eyes watered up a little bit when his sister finally let him upstairs, and he was able to eat at the table. Like,
Hey,
man, that was, I'm like, you know what? I'm all right
I'm
with that. Like,
I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm a crybaby cancer here, and I definitely cried. That's the same part I was gonna talk about. That did it for me when you got to see him
yeah,
go upstairs and sit with his sister. Cried
yeah,
like a baby. Yeah,
yeah. And just to kind of fill y'all in on this, so his sister knows that you know, knows that he was a crackhead, and he would always, crawl back home. And the reason why she put the lock on the basement because it was be times like she would let him come home and he would go upstairs and basically sell all of her stuff or steal it, whatever he did,
yep,
to get more drugs. So I just think this last time around, he respected the boundaries. My man came. Shit? Did he come? I think like he couldn't come. I mean, I don't know if it was written that he couldn't come no higher than the third step, but I don't think he went past that third step from the top.
mm-mm.
You know,
Yeah. I'm getting
but
teary eyed just thinking about it.
no, I
It was
mean,
it was an emotional scene.
and then for the paper to write the story about on Bubs,
Yeah,
and the way that they did, and he didn't want it. But then he got to thinking about it, and he probably was thinking, maybe somebody could benefit from hearing my story. So
mm-hmm.
I mean, you love to see it. I've seen crackheads turning around, and you see them, and you be like, damn, what, like, man, let's go. So.
Yeah. And then my last little I have two little thoughts.
Mhm.
Michael, how he ironically turned into Omar at the end.
Yes. Yes.
Another sweet what irony.
Yeah.
I liked how he shot Snoop too. She was like, "How my hair look."
Yeah. You know what? But he kind of knew. Like it was like
He did.
It was like he a switch hit in his head. But yeah, nah. How my hair look? Like
Mm-hmm.
you look
And
good, girl.
I have another question also,
Hmm.
and I wasn't too sure. Freeman was another one of my favorite characters too. I know we didn't talk about him a lot, but he was really detail oriented with the wiretap and all of that stuff and figuring out the patterns. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Was his girlfriend that stripper from the first season, or was
Yeah,
this that was
yeah. That was her.
her?
Freeman got her out that strip
Yes,
club. Freeman, like, you know what? I'm gonna make her mine. Like,
right. I wasn't
got her
sure
that
she cleaned
LASIK,
herself up
cleaned
nice.
herself up. He got that. Freeman. You better watch out for Freeman. His old ass.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he got him a little young bitty. Yeah.
My goodness.
Hmm.
And to everybody that said keep watching, it'll all tie together. I noticed that on season 5, you got the Greek who was
Hmm.
Proposition Joe's supplier.
Yeah.
Uh Tried to link up with Marlo.
Hmm.
Even during the opening, it was like a grand opening from the Baltimore Harbor. You saw Sabaka's nephew in the back talking about some
Yeah.
boo or whatever. Like, okay, I see what y'all saying. They did kind of try to tie everything together, but for me, overall, it was a good series. Starting with season 3, it was a good series. It just was slow starting for me, and I fell
Yeah.
asleep multiple times through season 1 and 2.
I think for me overall, and it's funny, I was talking to Joe about this. It wasn't a bad series.
Yeah,
You know, it was, to your point, very slow at times. When it did pick up, it did. But if I never watched this series in my life, like I would not be mad. Like
yeah,
oh,
same.
it'd be
We're,
like, you ever seen a nah? You
I
go
mean, we were
nah.
doing just that up until this year,
We
so
would just that. And for those people, for people who know me, I usually watch like I go back and watch a new TV show, or not a new TV show, but an older show every year. So this year, oh well, damn, I got to do 2 this year because I got to do Breaking Bad. Damn.
mhm,
All right, I'm gonna give y'all 2 this year. I'm usually good for 1, but I'm doing 2 this year.
yeah.
All
Well,
right, so that was
that's
The Wire.
that was way down in the hole.
Way down the hole, we did it. We
Yeah.
did it. Never looking back. All right. So you ended up watching The Working Man.
I did. I went to see The Working
What'd you think?
Man. It's a typical Jason Statham movie, full of action, full of killing, full of fighting. um, he worked for the Garcia family, which is a contracting company, and he was like the
Mhm.
lead contractor. His daughter was going out to celebrate her first semester of college being done.
Okay.
The daughter of the Garcia family, and she got snatched up for trafficking.
Hmm.
The family asked Jason Statham's character to find her. He said no because he has a daughter and he was trying to get custody of her and he was trying to do right. I guess he used to be like a CIA or some type of surveillance fight dude. Sorry, it's all the
Yeah.
same to me. It's running in my head.
Yeah. No.
So of course they paid him to find the daughter. He finds the daughter, kicks ass along the way. Typical Jason Statham movie. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. I gave it like a 5 out of 10. If you like action packed movies with fighting and killing, then you probably will like it. But I go for storyline in addition to that. And it's a
Yeah.
typical Jason Statham storyline for me.
So it's funny you mentioned that because he just did Beekeeper last year, and I think though both of these movies, The Working Man and Beekeeper, had the same director, right?
I do not know.
I feel like they had the same director, but
For some reason, I enjoyed Beekeeper way more.
Beekeeper
It was
Beekeeper
way
was
better than
fire.
this. This
Like
was
I
given
enjoy.
Taken, and we've seen
Got it.
that before. This was given, yes, Taken.
Huh. All right, hold on. I'm on here now. I got this Beekeeper director. Damn. I feel like they have the same director. This movie. Oh, David Ayer. Yeah. He directed both these movies.
Yeah,
Working
I mean,
Man. Damn.
it
So how
shows.
you
The story was better. That's what I'm saying. The story for Beekeeper was really good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
different. But the story for A Working Man, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you a story. I'm a reader. I love a good story, so I like to see it visually. And if I've seen it before, it's not going to be good to me.
Damn. He directed Train? No, he ain't direct. He must have been a producer. I feel like it was what's his name? Yeah, Antoine Fuqua. He directed that. He must have been an ED on that, or EP. Interesting. All right. Well, all right. So Working Man just didn't do it. It wasn't working for you.
5
Got
out
it.
of 10. It
5
was
out
a
of 10.
story. It was a
It was a
storyline.
I got you. Well, I went and saw one movie. I took my boys to go see Minecraft. I promised them I would go take them to see Minecraft. And it was a fun movie. Like, I don't know nothing about Minecraft. What I will say, these kids' energy gave me Marvel MCU vibes in a theater. So like when certain things happen, these kids was yelling, screaming, clapping, like, oh my God, like, when certain little characters came up. But anyway, the movie stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and it's about this guy named Steve. I guess Steve is a character in the game. And he gets trapped in this world. It's called the Overworld. The Overworld is where have you seen
I am
Minecraft?
clueless on all
You
things Minecraft.
Okay, so the only thing I know about it, you can build a whole bunch of shit. Like you can build it, and after you build it, you start building more stuff. But anyway, Steve,
Build it, they will come.
yeah, and
Sorry.
and it's funny you say that because these little pigling things came. But anyway, they're from like this other world called the Nether, and they're trying to get this little orb and this crystal, earth crystal thing, and they're basically just trying to take over the overworld where Steve lives. Man, they picked the perfect person to play this movie because Jack Black, yeah, they picked the perfect person to play that. Overall, I thought the movie was a fun movie. Like I knew nothing that was going on. The way it ended, if you're going to go watch it, they do have two post credits. You got a mid mid scene, and then you got a post credit if you're interested in it. But will I watch it again? I mean, with my boys, yeah. But like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm about to go watch Minecraft. I could, you know. But overall, I gave it like an 8, just
Okay.
from the sheer fact that it was a fun film.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I got older kids, so
Kobe ain't never play like no. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. All right. Well, next topic we got. So we always try to come up with like a top 10, every show. And this one, I don't know how we got on this topic. No, you never mind. I know how we got on it. We got on this topic because of me. So we're talking about 10 TV shows that we feel that should be watched.
yeah.
And the metrics, it just had. Now, did we say we had to hit all of these categories or at least some? For you,
For
it had to hit all.
Yeah, for me, because that's how I had to narrow all mine down. So it had to hit all of them for me.
We had. She had a list. She had a list. But just kind of going off the metrics, I just read these off. Had to have a great story. Did it tug at all of your emotions? Was it influential? Did it change your perspective in real life? Can you rewatch it? That's important.
Mhm.
That I think that's for anything. Can you rewatch it? And last, do you still think about it? So, without further ado, we got 10 shows that we feel that everybody should watch. Um,
It was hard to narrow this down, just to let y'all know. It was so
you know
hard.
what? Yeah, I mean that was a fun phone call though. It was a
Yeah,
fun
it
call.
was.
It was a fun call because we were trying to keep things where we like, well, maybe,
Yeah.
and trying to be, biased, not be as biased as well. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us started with this show. It's called The Last Kingdom. It was on Netflix. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I believe it had 4 seasons and a movie to kind of end it off. But I looked at it as Game of Thrones without the dragons, and without the spells, but the same drama, same backstabbing, and the main character Uhtred of Bebenberg. Like you just did not want to come across this dude. Like he was a bad man. I only knew one person outside of my dad and my sisters that watched it. It was a guy that I deployed with. His name, but he's a Viking. Like I I can see him actually being into this type of show. Maybe I may have come across some more people. Maybe for those of you listening, maybe y'all watched it and maybe we can talk about it. So there you go.
Okay. So, my show is Shrinking, and I know you guys see me post about it. I actually had to coax Sean into watching it over and over again. It's a great show. It's on Apple TV and it stars the great Harrison Ford, who I have a small crush on, and Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother. Great show. It's still running. They're expected to drop season 3 either this fall or I think this fall. It's
Yeah.
about a therapist who loses his wife and is struggling to deal with the loss of his wife and raising his daughter, and it's a heartwarming story. It tugs at all of your emotions. I laughed, I
Yeah.
cried. It's so good. I highly recommend Shrinking on Apple TV.
Fire. Like I enjoyed it.
Yay.
It was a quick,
Yay.
easy watch, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she said it like, Sean, you watch Shrinking yet? Hey, you can watch Shrinking. I think I finished the show, and she knew that I finished the show, and she like, Sean, you watch Shrinking? So yeah, it's definitely a fun show on Apple. Definitely check it out. I think what are they like? I don't think there's no episode that's more than 40 minutes.
Nope.
I think they're
They
like
were 30
30.
minutes. They're all
Oh,
like
30.
20, 29, 30 minutes, maybe 33. The season finale might be 35.
Yeah. quick, easy watch.
Yep.
All right. So next show, Superman and Lois. It's on Max, and I thought, man, I don't really know how to. It was just a phenomenal show from beginning to end. Superman and Lois, they're married, they have kids, and for Superman to not only be Superman but be a dad, I just think that just created a whole new dynamic. And I was just Hoagland. I think I said his name right. Put some respect on his name too. We got to put some respect on everybody's name. But anyway, I just thought it was a phenomenal show. And if you're a Superman fan, definitely watch it. You're not getting any more seasons because they ended it for the Superman movie that's coming out this summer to not to have any type of conflictions. But I thought he played probably one of the better Supermans in my opinion. So there's
I
that.
agree. I remember you had me watching season 1. I just never went back after season 1. I don't know what I was doing, but it was a really good season 1. That's all I can say.
Girl, you better jump on it.
So this next one is like a twofer because
Mhm.
we there are spinoffs, but we couldn't get rid of both of them
No.
because A Different World is what inspired me to go to my HBCU, Central State University. And the Cosby Show is like the ultimate black family show that you want it to be like. So it's like
Mhm.
you have to watch those shows. Um, I just remember growing up, me and my brothers would try to create those scenes where we perform for our parents just like they did. Like it's stuff like that that you don't even realize that you were being influenced by. And the show is just phenomenal regardless of what the man did. It was a great
Yeah.
series, and it showed black people in a higher light. You got the paintings on the wall, all the jazz musicians, all the special guests. At a certain point in the series, he started wearing HBCU sweaters. He
Mhm.
always encouraged people to go to college regardless, because on the first 2 seasons, it was Temple University he was representing a lot. So it was one of my favorite shows. And then A Different World. Um, I went to an HBCU. I mean,
Hey.
needless to say, that's the only reason why I went, and I can't even lie about it. It was fascinating to watch all these young black actors in an all black school, and it was really similar. It was
Yeah.
really similar to it. So I didn't know if you have any thoughts on Cosby Show.
No, I mean, to your point, like, I mean, it's just what we all watched growing up.
Hmm.
I mean, life lessons learned. Like, we grew up in an age where we can honestly say TV shows raised us in a
Yeah.
sense.
Amen.
And from I believe my daughter, she binged the entire series when it was on Prime. And I would go in her room and she would have episodes playing and I could hear her laugh. And so that right there, like I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's good parenting right there. So
Yes, yes, it is.
awesome. All right. Next show, The Mandalorian. Now I know you're not into Star Wars at all,
God, no.
but this show came way out of left field. And I mean, when I say it was a banger out the gate, and then being introduced to little baby Yoda, they called him Baby Yoda, but his name is Grogu. So let's put that disclaimer out there.
Really?
Yeah. It's Grogu. I just thought like Disney has tried to do so much with Star Wars, like, and you kind of lose the essence of what Star Wars really is. I think Mandalorian kind of dialed it back and brought it to what true Star Wars fans expect.
Hmm.
Um, just phenomenal series. I believe the movie's coming out next year. I could be wrong, but I know that a movie is in the works for it. So
A
there
Mandalorian
you.
movie?
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they better do it right.
I,
I think they will
I'll
though.
I'll ask you outside of this.
Yeah.
Here, okay. I have a question, but I'll ask you later.
Okay.
All right. My next choice is Your Honor. It's actually on Netflix right now at the moment, but it's also on Paramount Plus. I think it's
Okay.
only 2 seasons. I wish they had more. It's one of those things where I do wish they had more, but I'm glad they don't have more because it ended perfectly for me. Um, it stars Bryan Cranston. Our boys in there. Shit.
She.
Isaiah Whitlock Jr. He's in there too. It was a great series. It's kind of like one of those things where everybody affected everybody. Like Crash. I don't know if you ever seen Crash before.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
excellent movie.
and I felt you watch Your Honor, right?
I have not.
I
You
thought you
told
did.
no, you
I was
you
probably one of them shows I told you to watch and you never
yep.
did.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so good. And I want to tell you what it's about, but we're kind of pressed for time. So
Yeah.
go check out Your Honor on Netflix.
All right. Next show is Ozark. Man, I just wow. I don't really know what else to say. It was one of those shows I came late to the party. I think they were in season 2 by the time I watched it, but it was just one of those shows that everybody was talking about. So here I am with my ear out in the streets, and I'm like, okay, well, let me see what the hype is about. And it did not disappoint at all, one bit. I can definitely watch it over.
Mm-hmm.
The character development was awesome. You fell in love with the characters. I mean, I feel like Ruth stole everybody's heart. I feel like
Yep.
Wendy pissed everybody off, and Marty fucking bird. Like, oh, man, let's go, Marty. Man, Marty was my guy, man. I
Yeah.
like Marty.
Yep. So next is Modern Family. It ran for 9 seasons on ABC. It's currently on Hulu at the moment. Stars the great Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill,
Okay.
um, a whole list of characters. The show is phenomenal. It's about a 3 different families. You got Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill, who's the dad, and Gloria, who is I don't know that lady's name. I know her name, but I can't think of it at the moment. Sophia Ver, Sophia. Uh, Ed O'Neill and her are married, and Ed O'Neill's son is married to a man, and then Ed O'Neill's daughter is married to Phil. And it's just about all those families and how they intertwine and how they work, and it's so good. I was raised on family shows, so when this came out, and it was definitely modern because it was
Mhm.
different takes on different families. So funny, like you laugh at every episode. It's one of those mockumentaries.
Okay.
So and it's so funny. It's so funny, and you'll laugh and you'll cry too.
All of that. Okay.
Yep.
Um, Next, Cobra Kai. Um,
Woohoo!
Another show that I was late to the party. I remember my cousin Ruben telling me about it, and for him to tell me about a TV show, because my man don't watch TV. My cousin, he does not watch TV at all. So when he tells me about the show, I was like, "Huh? What?" And I think the first season was on YouTube TV before
Yes.
Netflix bought the rights
The
to it.
first
So
two seasons was on YouTube
the
Red because
okay.
I subscribed to a free trial just to watch it.
Got it. Well, there you go. But I just feel like how they integrated all the characters, how the storytelling, just you going back and then you're bringing the original people back to the show. I mean, we talking 40 years later,
Yeah.
and it you can see that same on-screen chemistry that they had 40 years ago. It's just remarkable. Like I mean, you don't even have to like karate. Like you can just like it just for the storytelling of the show.
Yeah.
But the karate kind of helps too. And
Yeah.
looking forward to that new movie coming out.
Yep. It's to me it's one of the best reboots done right. Like if anybody else want to do a reboot or however they want to do it, they need to follow this motto. It was perfect. And the last one we have number 10. One of my favorite shows, Sex in the City with Sarah Jessica Parker. Um yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but I love these ladies. It was I think it's like 9 seasons plus 2 movies. I would watch it every year. I watched it in a time where I didn't know what was going on. But as I watched it again in my 30s, I understood and related to every single story, every single character. You felt for them. Oh my God. It's about four ladies being single in New York City. And it just hit home. And it still hits home even after watching it again today. Like, not today, but I can sit and watch episodes when it comes on, I think, E Network. Um, Great show.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now
Oh,
we also have some honorable mentions. Not gonna get into details, so we just kind of just name them. Game of Thrones. Um, yeah. Ted Lasso.
Ted
Insecure.
Lasso is the shrinking also. It's like shrinking. So,
Insecure.
uh,
And The Last of Us.
yes. Insecure is just like Sex in the City, just the West Coast black version.
Got it. I hear good things about it. It's I'm going to watch it.
Yes. It's good.
Probably.
Easy watch, 5 seasons, 30-minute episodes.
Oh, see now this shit. Damn.
Yep. And I think
30
it's
minutes.
only like 6 to 8 episodes a season.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. There you
Maybe
go.
I'll do that soon. All right. Now here we go.
Sean's
Our
favorite segment.
Our favorite segment. Here we go. Pick 3. This is the horror edition, so I know
Yay.
that Samantha appreciates this one a lot. There's a lot of movies on here, so we're not going to name all of the movies. I'm just probably name like the few. So I'm gonna say movies like The Exorcist, The Omen, Candyman. What's another one? Well, I feel like The Fly don't belong on this list, but whatever.
Mm,
Nightmare on Elm Street. So those types of movies. So the 80s and early 90s. So
yeah.
um
Check it out on YouTube when it
yeah,
posts to see the
when we
extra.
post it, you'll
Yeah.
be able to see the full list. But man, it's a blockbuster night, and we only picking 3.
Hey.
And look at that, she got on a
Hey.
blockbuster shirt. Let's go. And since you got on a blockbuster shirt, you gotta go first.
Hey. Aw. Okay. I went first last week.
All right, I'll go first.
Aha. You got
All
on a
right, so
VHS shirt.
I do. Well, I got a floppy disk, VHS, and a cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids don't know nothing about that. All right, so I'm gonna be short and sweet. My pick 3 was very easy off of this list. The only movie I wish I could have maybe added, or I would maybe switch out, would be The Omen, because I thought I loved The Omen. Like, I love the old one that came out in like the 70s, and then
Mhm.
the remake was actually pretty solid too. And then the one that came out last year was pretty good too. But anyway, pick 3. I'm going to go with Fright Night, The Blob, and Child's Play.
Which Blob? The 1988
Oh,
Blob or the
88.
1958 Blob?
No,
Okay.
88.
So
Yeah.
hey, I'm
Nah,
the horror
that
person here.
no, the Blob was straight, and like I watched
Hey,
it a few years ago. It still aged well, like,
listen.
and it still looks good. It still looks good. In 2025. I have it
Yo,
on digital. I have a digital copy of it. Yeah, I bought it. Like, I was like, this is a movie I need in my collection of some sort. Child's Play is a classic. To me, like, that movie will forever. When Chucky say something, we got them. I'm gonna throw you in the fire, and he come to life. That part to this day still traumatizing. Like, and then I get over it, and then I realize I'm a grown ass man. And then Fright Night, arguably, probably, easily my top 3 vampire movies of all time.
I've never seen Fright Night. I've never seen Fright Night. And if I did, it was background. It was background sound.
I'm gonna have to strap you down to a chair, and we're gonna have to watch Fright Night.
So, ironically, one of my pick 3 is The Blob also.
Let's go.
Out of 44 movies on this list, was it 44? It was something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We both picked The Blob. Like, come on. I
We
love
gotta
the
talk
Blob.
about this one.
I love the Blob. The Blob is something that me and my brothers would sit down and watch. This
Yeah.
it's not on here, but the Blob and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Those like we would just sit and laugh. Like it wasn't even scary for us. At least the Blob. Well, Killer Clowns wasn't. But yeah, the Blob. My next one is my you guys get to learn a fun fact about me. This is my favorite scary movie of all time, like ever, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street. Favorite. And the last one is Blair Witch Project because that scared the hell out of me. Only movie on this list that scared the hell out of me. It was creepy. I don't really like I like slasher films, but I don't like slasher films. I like a good ghost story.
Okay.
And Nightmare on Elm Street was different because it was slasher, but he did it in your dreams. How original is that?
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I used to want to be a dream analyst when I was younger. I actually have the bachelor's in psychology because I thought I could move forward with studying dreams, but I never did it. So, rightfully so, I love Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
And not season 3, part 3, The Dream Warriors was my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Any honorable mentions on this list? Because I gave you mine was The Omen.
Okay. Of course. Amityville Horror.
Okay.
And I want to say Scream, but it's between like Scream and Christine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because I like Scream, but I don't know. Yeah, Scream and Christine. Those are my honorable mentions.
Okay. Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, The Blob, man.
The Blob.
I don't think we've ever talked about this movie ever. Like, and we've been talking about movies and texting and just. I don't think The Blob. It wasn't on my bingo card for you. Like, I could tell you that right now. When I looked at this list, I'm like, she probably gonna be like, The Blob. Like, what?
Nope.
Only for you to like it as well.
Favorite scene is the movie theater scene.
Oh.
It's my favorite scene. The 1988 Blob, bro.
Yeah. And you know that was Shawnee Smith, right? That was in all the Saw movies, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I haven't watched it in so long. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah. It's still a classic. Love it. Well, wow. Man, we're coming to an end. This was once again, this was fun. Definitely enjoyed this. You want to give a shout out to once again everybody who reaches out, comments on all of our stuff. You can follow us on all social media platforms. That is your Instagram, TikTok at FilmGeeks83, FilmGeeks_83. No, FilmGeeks83 _podcast. Let me get my life together. On Facebook, you can find us under Sean
Sam.
And obviously on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify under Film Geek. So definitely check us out. Next episode will be dropping. What do we got? 4/27. That's all right. And upcoming movies that we're going to be checking out. I believe you're going to be checking out The Amateur this evening as of this recording. I'm going to get around to it this weekend for sure. We got Drop, Sinners. And this is just stuff that we're going to be talking about in the next episode. And I'm sorry, let me just kind of say, like, why am I talking about these movies? This is stuff that we're going to be talking about on the next episode. So want to talk about The Amateur, Drop, Sinners, The Pit season finale, which I'll be watching tonight. Black Mirror season 7. I only have one episode left.
Oh my god!
I wasn't
I'm
playing.
on episode 3.
Okay. Daredevils. I believe it'll be season finale by the time we record.
Yeah. But we're going to discuss 7 through 9. Cause
And then we're definitely gonna come up with another top 10. We don't know what that's gonna be yet, but it's gonna be good. And
Yeah.
then also pick three. Pick three.
Hey.
All right. So Sam, got anything left? Any
No,
closing remarks?
just thanks, guys. Thanks for all the support. We really appreciate it. Keep the engagement coming. Always ask questions in the comments, chime in, give us your thoughts. We love it. We love the support. That's it.
Likewise. And keep them reels coming. The one that you did with the movie lines, banger. On
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I see it did really well. Especially the one on TikTok did real well too. I didn't even know if you had one person to save you based off the last show you watched on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was doing really well. I didn't
Yeah.
know because I didn't. I
Look,
just looked on TikTok. I'm like, oh, okay,
almost got another 1,000 piece on
yeah.
that
I'm like, oh,
one. All
all
right.
right, guys, we
All
out of
right, y'all have a
here.
good one. Peace.